Now available. Paperback and Kindle Unlimited. ISIS, the main event. It's carnage inside of a steel cage when the goddess next door steps in the squared circle with the beast from the boss in this action-packed all-new ISIS series adventure. Get ISIS, the main event, paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. Over the course of the past week, we have had a series of these beta white male mayonnaise mutants come out here looking to put on their Ben Cooper capes and Mickey Mouse galoshes to take a stand for white supremacy. And as these beta male mayonnaise mutants have gone to take their stand for white supremacy by trying to play the hero, they have not only found out that they are the villain, they have also found out about the reality as related to their place in society. Now, in two of these incidents, we had these beta male mayonnaise mutants. We had one of them who wanted to try to be a wannabe Oliver Queen. As he was driving down to a protest, he decided he was going to go out here and play Oliver Queen and try to save the city from the protesters. And in the middle of this protest, he gets out of his Dodge Caliber, takes out his bow and arrow, and looks to attack the protesters. However, he soon finds out that he isn't what he thought he was, as he's quickly mobbed by those protesters, beaten up, and then has his car set on fire. In another incident, we had one of these race soldiers coming out here and making insults at a passing car filled with black people, and he decides to go out here and call out the N-word. And he thought he was going to be able to get people to turn the other cheek and just keep on going, but in a moment, the guy gets out of the car and confronts him and then punches him in the face 2 times, and on the second blow, dude is on the floor, knocked out. So that beta male mayonnaise mutant quickly finds out that you can go out here and try to call yourself making verbal attacks on a black person, and what happens is, this is not like the old days of the civil rights protests where people are just going to turn the other cheek by walking away. No, somebody's going to come out here and let you have it with a fist if you use those racial slurs like the N-word and direct them towards them. Now, in a third incident, we had an individual coming out here with a machete looking to attack protesters, and he also wound up catching a beating. And when I take a critical examination of all of these incidents, they fit right in line with the pattern and profile I talk about in my book, The Man Crisis. Because in The Man Crisis, I write a whole chapter talking about rose-colored glasses, and this is the perspective that all of these beta male mayonnaise mutants see the world from. And because these beta male mayonnaise mutants see the world from a completely distorted picture of reality, they are so caught up in the fantasy of wanting to be this superhero that they actually think they can go out here and take on a group of angry protesters. So these guys thought they were going to go out here and be some sort of hero, but what they didn't understand was that in the real world, you have to actually deal with real people. And real people are not going to sit there and let you disrespect them verbally, like that individual in California who decided to call those black people in the passing car the N-word, nor are they going to let you shoot arrows at them. No, in the real world, real people fight back, and real people are going to stand up to a person who they know is a villain. Because in all of these cases, these 3 beta male mayonnaise mutants were the bad guy, and these 3 beta male mayonnaise mutants were the ones looking to start trouble and escalate things during peaceful protests. that's something people need to understand about these beta males. They want to go out here and escalate things. And the reason why they want to escalate things is because they believe that because they have a weapon, they have the advantage. And because they have that advantage, that is the only reason why they're out here looking to attack other people. Because in most cases, your beta males, like the men who murdered Ahmaud Arbery, are cowards, and they cannot stand up to another man face to face without their weapons, without their 9mm of courage, without their bows or arrows. These guys are complete cowards, and they can't confront conflict without having what they believe to be a superior firepower advantage. So these beta males, they are really weak males, and just like we saw in the video, all of them went down very quickly because these men, they don't understand that people who know how to fight, they're not looking to cause trouble. No, the people who are looking to fight, like these beta males, they want to cause trouble because they believe that if they go out here and they do harm to other people, this will allow them to define their manhood. Because that's the real reason that drives these beta males like this to go out here and try to be Mr. Bad A. I'm not going to say that word, but they want to be this bad dude that they imagine in their minds, but in actuality, they're just another soft, weak, emasculated man with extreme inferiority complexes and feelings of inadequacy. And these cowards, what they want to do is use the cover of a crowd in order to try to go out here and participate in their fantasies of doing harm to black people, because that's really what these beta male mayonnaise mutants really wanted to do. They wanted to do harm to a black person, and then under the cover of the crowds, hoping to get away with it anonymously, and also they wanted to hope to be this hero in their own imagination, because it's the same type of coward that George Zimmerman was, because your George Zimmerman did the same thing when he murdered Trayvon Martin. He wanted to be a hero, but he really was a villain, because what he was doing was racially profiling Trayvon Martin and looking to do him harm so that he could reclaim whatever little manhood or masculinity he thought he was going to reclaim by doing harm to somebody else. And that's what these guys want to do, is they want to hurt a black person because they feel inadequate about themselves, they feel insecure about themselves as men, and they don't know how to accomplish anything as a man. So these kind of guys, they're not looking to go out here and again stand up for what's right. No, these cowards, all they want to do is sate their egos and possibly get some sort of trophy by harming another black person. And they want to again use these cowardly tactics to go out here and achieve and accomplish things, because they don't see the reality of what's going on, because they're living in a rose-colored world where in their minds, oh, I'm justified because these people are against so-called America, when in actuality, these beta males are standing up for white supremacy and supporting white supremacy through their actions. These guys are the bad guys. These guys are participating in villainous actions, and they are not the superheroes that they imagine themselves to be. No, these guys are the super villains, and they want to do harm to others, and they want to do the harm to others over in the crowd, because they're too cowardly to go face to face with a man, and they're too cowardly to go face to face with another man without a weapon. And that shows us again how truly weak these racists truly are. And most people need to understand your racist out here is basically a beta male, and he's a beta male who only feels secure when he has the upper hand, and he's only feels secure when he has a weapon on him. That's what really shows us how weak these guys are, how insecure these guys are, because if they were men and they were secure in their manhood, they would have no problem going face to face with another man unarmed and then dealing with the consequences of their actions. They wouldn't have to hide in order to do whatever they're going to do. But these men know that what they're doing is evil, so they want to hide behind things like that coward we saw in a video where he was calling the N-word to a passing car. He's hiding behind a lamppost or a phone pole, and then he's going to do that because he feels he has some sort of protection. Same thing with the beta males who go out during the night and during the day. They go out trying to call themselves being heroes, but they're truly, truly weak cowards. And again, we see how cowards are dealt with by responsible people. Responsible people quickly deal and dispatch of cowards like this. And we need more American citizens to come out here and take a stand against hateful people like these beta males, because these beta males, they really are not as dangerous as many people really think in some cases. A lot of these beta males, a lot of them, they may be a threat if they've got their weapon, but once they lose their weapon, they often turn into really these crying female types filled with tears, or they turn into these cowering little rats that want looking for a hole to scurry in. So these guys, these beta male mayonnaise mutants, they want to be a hero, but they're not anything as related to being a hero, because they don't have the discipline, the character, or the resolve to stand up for what's right, and they don't have the discipline, character, or resolve to go through any sort of hardship. They want to be a hero because they want to be able to fit some sort of fantasy that they have in their mind, but they don't want to deal with the reality that they're the bad guy in every situation. And the whole thing with the beta male mayonnaise mutant is that he wants to blame others for the murder of George Floyd, and then he wants to go out here and he wants to go under the cover to do harm to others, because he really wants to try to find some covert contract way in order to reclaim his manhood, because this guy is a really, again, weak guy, and he really, they just want to go out here and do harm to others. But what they're soon finding is that in the real world, real people fight back, and we need more real people to fight back against these beta male mayonnaise mutants and let them know that true heroes stand up for what's right, and they're going to take a stand to put these mayonnaise mutants down once and for all, and put their racism and white supremacy down once and for all. If you want to learn more about the dysfunctional behavior of beta males like the ones I have discussed in this video, you can pick up my book, The Man Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle formats, Smashwords, and the iBookstore. In that book, I detail all of the behaviors of violent beta males like the ones I describe in this video, the pattern and profile of those beta males, and what makes them a threat to society. And if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.